Hello everyone and welcome to Inside a CA Firm.
I qualified as CA in 1998. I had been the president of Chamber of Tax Consultant, which is one of the oldest in India. That's the unique combination which helps us to grow.
Corporate law. Yes. So many questions already.
Dedicated server is there with the proper backups and everything. And need to keep those things in mind. Need to provide solution to the clients on that. In advisory, every day is a due date. If you are in compliance, like a tax compliance, due dates are very fixed by the government. But when you come to advisory, valuations, every day is a due date.
But moreover, we are also into litigation. We also are engaged in consultancy assignments. Oftentimes
You both don't cross each other areas. I look after tax, he's who works on the audit.
And sometimes if the differences are not met, then we ignore.
Hello everyone and welcome to Inside a CA Firm. I'm your host Geena Bharwani and I'm here to delve into the story of how KPB and Associates Chartered Accountants started off their journey. Let's get started. Hi, can I meet Paras ji? Hello Paras ji.
Hello, how are you?
Nice to finally meet you after all these conversations that we have exchanged over email.
Yes, have a seat.
Thank you so much. So Paras ji, I've read so much about all your articles and you have so much knowledge. So tell me all about yourself. Where did that start from?
I qualified as CA in 1998. Thereafter, started my own practice. Subsequently, Preeti joined me in the practice, and that's the journey began in 2000. We are also associated with various professional organizations also. I had been the president of Chamber of Tax Consultant, which is one of the oldest in India, established in 1926. And I had a credit of being one of the youngest president of that organization.
Oh, that's a great achievement, Paras ji. So I do see that you're also part of the memento over there that says that you're part of England and Wales Institute.
During lockdown, one opportunity came, one email came, or LinkedIn invite came for being a member of the Institute of England and Wales. And that led the spark. It took me 6 months to give their exam and finish it off.
So let's get this tour started, and I really am curious to learn all about your firm.
Sure, come. I'll show you the office first.
Yeah. So I entered.
This is the entry from where you enter here.
Yeah. This is quite sight to behold. All your mementos and.
These are the marquee mementos. We have a lot more, but these are which very unique ones have been kept here. This is our mini conference room here. From here you can view the place outside.
That's quite a sight to behold, given that it's also raining right now. So it's
other side is more beautiful, where you can see the lake now.
So all of them are your articles and all.
Articles, chartered accountants, all those
are there.
That's great,
nice.
Team sits here.
Nice.
She is the Preeti.
Hello ma'am, how are you doing? Nice to meet you. I've heard so much about you. Quite nice to be partners in real life and also partners at firm. So
that's the unique combination which helps us to grow.
Yeah, definitely. So I'll continue our conversation once the tour is over.
Okay, sure.
Another partner. Her name is also Preeti.
Hello ma'am.
Hello.
Nice to meet you. How are you doing?
Good, I'm fine.
Okay. So I'll probably catch up with you over a small chit chat.
Sure.
Once I finish walking around the office.
She is the Dipti. She looks after corporate law in our office.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, hello.
How are you doing?
Good.
So corporate law.
Yes.
So many questions already.
It's happening currently. The things are happening around this corporate law. Many things.
Yes, definitely.
This is our server room.
Okay. So you'll have a dedicated space.
Dedicated server is there with the proper backups and everything.
Okay. So talking about servers, how did you manage COVID?
We had in-house server, but we also had the online system. So as and when the COVID was announced and lockdown was announced during that COVID, we were able to up early morning next day. Whole systems are working, so people who were at home through the computers were able to connect to the system. And work started rolling out.
So no downtime.
No downtime. And everyone was in a great shock at that point of time because no one was prepared to it, and many things required to be done. Even the tax, we didn't have concession from making payment of taxes. So things need to be go on. It was a end of March, so many things were there at that point of time.
Yes, I remember March time.
With the firewalls and everything in place, we were able to do it with zero downtime.
That's nice.
This is our library room or a relax room. You can have the once.
So you have like a dedicated space even for your knowledge sharing and knowledge learning aspect over here.
Yes, so upgradation, having non-technical topics can be here as well as the fiction, the stories.
This is also nice that all secrets of the world are contained in the books.
That's the theme for the library, what we got it. So everything is in the books. He is one of the senior advisor, Mr. Pathania.
Nice to meet you.
He is the ex-banker and he looks after the insolvency areas.
Nice to meet you, sir.
He is a Maulik.
Hi, nice to meet you.
He looks after our audit. The backbone of our audit is Maulik.
Okay. Yeah.
She is the Archana.
Hi. Nice to meet you.
She looks after our direct tax. She is a Riddhi.
Hi. Nice to meet you.
She looks after one of the specialist area on the ESG.
Okay. You have more mementos over here also.
Yeah.
I think there will, your office space will fall short with the number of mementos that you'll have.
There are a lot more.
Oh, okay. So, Paras, how did you come up with the idea of your firm?
The idea of the firm, it came that when I qualified, there were sanctions on India at that point of time because India has done the nuclear test.
Okay.
And many things where economy was down because of the sanctions. I thought this is nothing can go bad from here. And this is the right time I can dive into my entrepreneurial skills.
Okay.
If I don't succeed, then again there's something different there in the store which we can use it. That's how it started, and subsequently joined by Preeti. But there was no U-turn from that, and things have gone very well. Way we thought it, way we plan it.
So since you you give a 360-degree approach to your client, so and you have each specialist in your organization who would be specializing in that particular area. So how do you all collaborate?
Whenever client comes with some issue and we believe that this issue needs to be covered from the multiple angles, different laws, the same issue is being given to all the service heads who will independently think initially, and then we all come together, discuss that issues. So that we try to come out what can be the probable issue, what can be the probable solution from the corporate law, from tax point of view, from the tax include direct taxes, indirect taxes. It even includes the international taxation, withholding tax, GST, valuations if some transactions happening, because we also help with the M&A on the right from the conceptualization of the transaction to the implementation. So when we do certain M&A implementation, the various laws need to be kept in mind, because it's not only tax laws or corporate law, because the regulatory laws are many, depending on the industry in which the client works. Hence, need to keep those things in mind, need to provide solution to the clients on that.
Yeah, that's quite interesting. So you must be having a varied client range also too.
Yes, we are clients right from the non-resident individual to the multinational companies.
How about startups? Do you deal with startups?
We work with the startups. We work startups from various aspects, help them to handle them. And we also help the investors in the startup from the drafting point of view, documentation point of view also. I being a part of Angel Network, so I know how the startup works, how frugal they are, and how quick they require some solutions. That's what because they work on the very wafer thin margins or wafer thin cash surplus.
Correct.
Hence, the cost, they are most cost sensitive on that.
Definitely. So you must be seeing a lot more like, give me this by this date.
That in advisory, every day is a due date. If you are in compliance, like a tax compliance, due dates are very fixed by the government. But when you come to advisory, valuations, the every day is a due date.
So since you provide services to across a varied range of clients, right? How do you communicate to them all these amendments that keep happening, or any of the tax updates that happen, or anything that you just want to shine light on to your clients? So how does that happen?
A couple of things is that I am regularly share my views in the business newspapers like Economic Times and even the portals like moneycontrol.com on the day-to-day issues which are being faced by the different types of clients. We have our newsletter. One is a monthly newsletter where we try to cover what has happened in the past 1 month, and then we have issue-based newsletters where the certain specific issue which crops or some decision which is most important affects to many people. We create a newsletter on that, and then that newsletter is distributed to the clients and also put on the website of our firm.
So you all indeed provide a complete wholesome approach, because I very rarely get to see a CA firm issuing newsletters or like providing a monthly update or a special update to the clients. Yeah, so that's a very nice approach. I think you're writing. You must be writing over here too, or you have a dedicated team.
We give the issues to my dedicated team. They have the first cut, then the concerned partner will do further editing on it, add less. Because we want these newsletters to be very scripted, because if it's a long newsletter, people will not read it.
Correct.
And especially when there's so much technical jargons are there, we need to make it more simple in language, so that the reader doesn't lose his interest. In the newsletters, we also that recently new things, the ESG is now the buzzword in the market. And we have started the practice on the ESG also. And new things keep happening on the ESG. So we started a new separate blog for ESG only, where what's happening on the ESG has been tried to put it there.
So could you give us a little insight as to someone or any of our viewers who want to understand what ESG is, and since you all are, practicing in it or among the very few firms, so could you tell us a little bit about it?
On the ESG, that when the Prime Minister of India said that India wants to be a net zero on the carbon, it was the 2070 if I'm not wrong. Everyone started thinking that, all corporates started thinking that they also need to be put net zero on that. So ESG is that environment, social and governance. So as such, it is always said that environment don't need us, but we need environment to survive. And unless until we take care of this environment, we take care of the socially right from employees and the other stakeholders and the governance, we can't survive. So this becomes a core ethical principle as such on this, and which help us, or we need to help keep the environment clean so that we can survive our next generation. We have borrowed something from our next generation. We need to retain for them. Otherwise, there will be only because we always seeing the climate change happening. The rains are coming or the heats are coming unless until we save the environment, nothing can be there for next generation.
Thank you. So thanks for shining light on that, and it's lovely having a conversation with you. It was lovely meeting you also in person. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for coming to our place.
Thank you so much for the tour, and thank you once again. So Preeti ma'am, I've heard so much about you, and I actually read a lot more about you online and offline. And tell me all about how your journey started off becoming a chartered accountant, joining Paras Sir in the organization. Give me an insight into your life.
As regards to journey, how it has started as a chartered accountant, I was always been topper in the school, and the toppers always take the science stream. In the earlier days, it was like that. So I also wanted to take the science stream and wanted to become engineer. And however, my father has taken my admission in Commerce College, and I have joined the Commerce College. And after 12th, I have selected the Chartered Accountancy, and I became a Chartered Accountant.
Okay, that's nice. Also, I've heard that you're the Central Council member. Actually, I can see the memento over there. So, tell me, how did you get into it?
So, this is my first term in the Central Council, and I have a lot to do for the institute, to give back to the fraternity, my members, my students. And to begin with, I have never thought to be at this position. However, our efforts, hard work, and the time has given me all this opportunity.
So, ma'am, I also see your name across various, listed companies' board of directors as an independent director. How do you manage that role?
So, I believe in integrity, ethics, and this is the foundation for any member of ICAI. And I got this opportunity long back in the year maybe 2013-14 as independent director, where our regulatory requirements have given this as a woman as an independent director, and I got this opportunity in the listed companies.
You really do juggle multiple roles, ma'am. So it's great to see that. And like I was telling Paras too, that he plays multiple hats. And I'm telling the same thing to you. So I'm sure you as a power couple, you'll really juggle multiple roles and responsibilities across the firm and even in your personal life and even outside the firm as giving back to the society with your articles, speeches and everything. And it's an honor to meet you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So, sir, I hear that, you have a long-lasting connection with Paras ji. So tell me how you met him and what exactly made you join the firm.
We know each other for more than 20 years now.
Okay.
And that's a very long time.
Yeah.
And we met each other in a professional capacity. Then we liked each other's way of working.
Okay.
And then we continued in being in touch. And ultimately we were together. We are now together, working together.
That's nice. That's so sweet. So tell me a little bit about your role in the organization.
Over here I'm more of an advisor in an advisory capacity. My specialization is basically on banking related matters and insolvency matters.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much, sir. It was a pleasure meeting you.
Same here.
Thank you so much. So tell me, how did you bump into Paras ji and how did you bump into Preeti ma'am?
I was after clearing my CA, I have joined one of these chartered accountancy firms. There I happened to meet Preeti Sawla. We became friends out there. Then we lost touch for around 6 to 7 years.
Okay.
I suddenly bumped into her in one of the local trains. I was traveling towards Mulund.
Okay.
And she said, why don't you come and join my firm now? So that was one of the great opportunity I was looking out for. Also, since I knew her well, we being of the same age, Paras, Preeti and me, we also gelled very well because our way of thinking and all was very much matching. It was similar. I didn't want to miss this opportunity.
All right. Thank you so much, ma'am, for these. And it's lovely meeting you.
Thank you. Same here.
So myself as a practicing CS, so I provide the service with respect to corporate laws and all. And KPB and Associates having a renowned firm. So I have joined this as an associate director of the firm.
Okay. That's great.
Yes.
And how long ago was that?
I'm since last 2 years
2 years.
with this firm.
Nice. Thank you so much, ma'am, for this conversation. It was lovely meeting you. So, Archana, you head direct taxes over here. So, tell me, how does that work, and tell me your role in it.
So we have direct access team. We of course are into compliance part, but moreover we are also into litigation. We also are engaged in consultancy assignments. Oftentimes we do not restrict ourselves with merely direct tax being in the nature of income tax act only. We also wherever our clients require, we also kind of provide them insights on the interplay of direct taxes with other laws that may be applicable, and that differs, depending upon, for each assignment is a unique challenge, a unique opportunity to explore and understand. So that's that.
All right. Thank you so much, Archana. It was a pleasure meeting you.
Same here.
So Maulik, it was really nice meeting you earlier.
Yeah.
And so since you had audit, so tell me any tips and tricks that you follow so that you don't get eaten up by the due dates and
so what we do, we do the initial planning in advance so that we can complete the audit in time.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how do you manage teams across?
So before going to the audit, we brief up the team. We tell them how to do, what are the procedure to follow. We give them the guidance, and we also tell them to go through the checklist and everything, whatever is the available in our system.
All right. Okay. Yeah. So thank you for that insight, and it was great meeting you. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
So, ma'am and Parasji, it's nice to finally have both of y'all in one room and ask y'all questions. How do y'all run a firm while being partners? I mean, y'all might be seeing different sides to each other every day, day in and day out. So, give me some insights on that.
One area that you both don't cross each other areas. I look after tax, he's the who works on the audit.
Okay.
And that's how we complement each other. We have different skill sets, so this complement each other, and we are making a wholesome story for the clients because of this.
So our goals we decide together, and on the togetherness brings the achievement of goals. And if we have any differences, then we discuss more and ensure that both reach to the same conclusion, and ensure that we implement the goals. And sometimes if the differences are not met, then we ignore. So ignorance and the confidence are two best part of it.
She's on my right side, she's always right.
Is that why you made me sit on that?
Yes.
So has there been a time where you all actually wanted to pull each other's hair out?
It happens, but certainly we come to amicable point. And because ultimately it's the thing that we always try to have open negotiations or open talks on that, and which leads us to the certain conclusions.
So how do you all manage, like if both of you all want to go on a holiday, right? Or how do you all manage the firm?
So managing firm is not an issue because we have set teams.
Okay.
Right. So, but only the issue is to go on a holiday.
Managing each other's time is also an issue. I should be available when she is available, or she should be available when I am available.
That's nice. So you'll have to fit in the holiday into each other's schedule.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. It was lovely having a conversation with both of y'all, and I hope you all continue to be the power couple that you all are, running this firm and always bringing in new ideas and having a multidisciplinary in your organization as well as within yourselves. Thank you so much. Hello everyone, it's finally nice to meet all of y'all over here. The articles are the essence of any organization, right? Because without y'all, work will not be done. We all know that. So over here, I'm just going to ask you a few questions and interact with you and understand how much fun y'all are having in this firm, okay? So my first question being, if y'all ever are stuck in an island and y'all have to reach out to one partner, who's the most accessible? Because I know all your partners are always busy. Who is the one who's most accessible over phone?
Preeti Dharur ma'am. She's always there to help all of us over here. So if we are stuck on an island, she's the one we can reach out to.
Now, next question. Now, I understand it's tax season time, okay? September. You're all very busy. I know that, I understand that, and I empathize with that, okay? So I want to understand, how do y'all kick back and lay back when y'all are having like so much of work pressure? So what do y'all do in the office? Any fun session that y'all have? Any gupshup? Or anyone attacking any dabba?
Actually, during tax season, most of the gupshups are during the lunchtime. We all gather around during lunchtime, sit together, eat lunch, do some gossips about the office and all. So it's a relaxation a bit during the tax season.
Now that all of y'all know each other for a fair bit of time, right? So, and y'all all relate to emojis. Which emoji represents whom within all of y'all? So the first emoji would be like the laughing emoji.
Dhara.
Oh, you're always laughing. You're laughing now also.
Because everyone is working over here, everyone is silent, they are busy with their work. She is the one who laughs, and we call her that she laughs like a Ravan. And it's a sudden laugh.
Oh, all of a sudden you laugh.
Yes.
Okay. And who is the question mark emoji?
Siddharth. Because I have reason for that.
Okay.
If you are speaking to him, he is very confused. 100 things will be there in his mind. He is thinking about anything else. So you are speaking to him, he will not answer. He is very confused.
All right. Okay. Thank you so much. You'll have been lovely. Please clap for yourself. And thank you once again.